So, as I say, through to the quarter-final. And that's what we've already seen, first of our 5 matches. And with the first of our women's singles, as you can see, we'll have a second women's singles to finish off our play this evening here from Jakarta. 3-time former champion Saina Nehwal will be in action, and she's really endeared herself to the fans here in Indonesia by her fighting spirit. Remember her coming back from 2 match points against Lee Shui-rui, the Olympic champion, to win one of her titles. But the next match on court is Kenichi Tago, the number 4 seed, up against the left-handed Malaysian Chong Wei Feng. So to the second of our men's singles matches on day 3 of competition here at the BCA Indonesia Open, which is event number 7 on the MetLife BWF World Superseries. So men's singles, well, we saw earlier Hu Yun come through a thriller against the former champion Simon Santoso. Now we're about to find out who his opponent will be in tomorrow's quarterfinal. Will it be the number 4 seed Kenichi Tago, or will it be the left-hander Chong Wei Feng? Chong Wei Feng coming through 3 games. It's interesting, that quarter of the draw, all first-round matches went the full distance, went to 3 games. So Kenichi Tago having to come through his first match against Kashyap Parupalli. There he is, the number 4 seed. Japanese number 1. Led his country in the Thomas Cup campaign. And of course, if you're unaware, Japan became only the 4th nation to lift the Thomas Cup, the Men's World Team Championship, when they beat Malaysia in the final in India in Delhi just last month. So an opportunity maybe for a Malaysian to exact some sort of revenge. Kenichi Targo making his 6th appearance here at the Indonesian Open. And when you consider he's still 24 years of age, came as a teenager. In fact, as a teenager, he reached the semi-final in 2008. Lost out to Simon Santoso, who then went and lost in the final, but only lost in 3 games. In fact, the last couple of years, this man has struggled here in Jakarta. 2012, he was the number 6 seed. He lost in the first round to Hu Yun. Last year, he was the number 5 seed and lost in the first round to Alamsyah Yunus of Indonesia. But he is currently the world number 4, and he's the number 4 seed. His win-loss record for the year, well, translates into 4 individual tournaments only. He withdrew from India Super Series and Singapore Super Series, and if you're thinking I've gone completely mad, I haven't, because team competitions are counted in that win-loss record of the year. His 4 tournaments so far, individual tournaments, 3 semi-finals, including last week in Tokyo, his home event. Lost out to the eventual champion Lee Chong-wei in the semi-final, which of course was a repeat of the final from 2013. 6 Super Series finals he's been in, still looking for his first Super Series title. So to his opponent, incidentally, his first round match against Kashia Parupalli, he had to save a match point at 20-21 down in the deciding game. An hour and 10 minutes that was. So to the left-hander, the 27-year-olds turned 27 the day after the Thomas Cup final, and I gather from the Malaysian newspapers that the Malaysian team were not only met at the airport with great supporters and fans, his national federation brought him a birthday cake to the airport for him to celebrate his 27th birthday. 6 tournaments so far this year for him in individual play, 5 of them Super Series, and he's lost, unfortunately, in the first or second round of all 5 Super Series so far. 3 first-round losses. Now, as you can see, this is the 6th meeting between these 2 players, and the advantage most definitely with Kenichi Targo. And when you add to that a 4-1 advantage, the fact that he's won the last 3 occasions, it means that it's probably a pretty tall order for Chong-wei Feng. Malaysian from Kedah, in the northwest of Malaysia. And our court officials from the Philippines and also from China. Well, the last time they played was in the semi-final of the Malaysian Super Series. It wasn't in the semi-final, it was the first round of the Malaysian Super Series last year, 2013.
On my right, Kenichi Targo, Japan. And on my left, Chong-wei Feng, Malaysia. Chong-wei Feng first. Love all. Play.
So the left-handed Malaysian in this second round match underway. Given the score of that last encounter, which was 18 months ago, 21-15, 21-8, and given the fact that Kenichi Targo, very buoyant after the Thomas Cup success, obviously his opponent, probably like most Malaysians, a little dispirited after losing in the final of the Thomas Cup. It's a tall order for the Malaysian, isn't it?
Service over.
Yes, this match it is. You know, it all depends. you know, when I watch Thiago play, I always think such potential. He can always do anything he wants. But somehow, he's a little bit lazy. And yesterday showed it as well when he was playing catch-up. He can add on a lot more pressure, but he opted not to, and he really got into trouble. So, if he plays anything like what we see in this tournament, it can be a long match. If he plays anything like what we saw in the Thomas Cup, he will win easily.
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
We never know what we are in for here, and I think that Zhang Weifeng is a very good, solid player, and I actually think he did well in Delhi in the Thomas Cup, and he was a good second singles for Malaysia.
Yes, he played in all 6 matches, won 5 of them. And the only time he lost was, of course, in the final against Japan, against Momota, Battle of the Left-Handers.
Yeah. So, and even that was a good match, I think.
Yeah, it was. 21-15, 21-17.
Yeah, but the scores lies a bit.
Yeah.
So, so I think, you know, there's a mixed bag this. You never know what's going to happen, but I think Thiago has got all the advantages if he wants to play. He's got such a good net play, and that was actually the net play that did the big difference between him and Chen Long when he beat him in the Thomas Cup.
Yes, in the semi-final.
That crucial win for
got them off to flying.
Japan.
Yeah, flying start.
And he thrashed him through 2 games. Absolutely thrashed him.
Yeah, 13-11. That is a thrashing against the world number 2.
Yes. So in my book, you know, he's got the attacking ability, he's got the net play, he's got everything, he's got good technical skills. So, you know, I'm just sitting here saying, okay, does he want to apply the pressure, or how does he feel today?
It's fascinating, Morten, because it's going through my mind, why on earth would any player ever not want to apply the pressure, especially when you're in, you know, such an arena as this. It's hot, humid, the crowd can be intimidating, they can play their parts, the fans are so vocal that if you're not used to it, you feel intimidated by the noise. But, you know, I'm saying to myself, any athlete in any sport, why would they not want to really apply the pressure? But I suppose it's difficult for a character like myself. I'm a fairly intense sort of character. I want to do well all the time in whatever I do.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thiago is much more laid back. And again, just drawing on the experience of the Thomas Cup. You know, we have to be honest and say as well that obviously he played marvelously against Chen Long, but he also managed to lose against France.
Yes, against Brice Lavillez.
Yeah. And that was the day before, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, talking about a Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here, we have one very good proof of it in Kenichi Thiago.
Yeah.
So, having said all this and prepared our audience, I still say he will add on the pressure from 15 in both games. And he will win convincingly is a bad word, but he will win. 18 and 16, something like that. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. But expect the unexpected.
Yeah. See, that's what I want to see. And then the cross court is coming next. That's really well played by Zhang Weifeng here.
that is a great example of what you've been explaining, Morton. Kept waiting in that rally for Targo to take some initiative, but just happy to let his opponent dictate the pace. Trying to react to whatever he threw at him, but Tae Soo-gok obviously delighted with that.
Yeah. But as we've said so many times prior to today, you know, you've got to earn your respect.
Yeah.
And somehow, I don't think that Targo has earned it yet. I think everyone walking on court, playing him, think and believes they have a chance.
Yeah.
And that's crucial.
Yeah.
When you go on court playing someone.
Service over. 7-10.
Oh, it's a nice idea.
I actually thought it was coming over at once. I thought, oh, what a lovely winner.
Mm.
But it didn't. But the idea was brilliant. And it was played. It was played to tempt him to play that attacking shot. That's beauty.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's beautiful.
11-8. Even ball.
So a 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Now what? Is this just forgetting that your opponent is a left-hander?
No, he's just playing smart. He thinks he can get away with it, but he thinks wrongly here because Zhang Weifeng is a quick player.
He's very quick.
He's quick on his feet. So when he, you know, he's trying to outmaneuver him on these cross-court flat ones and all that, he cannot. He's got to work his way and wait for his chances, tire him a bit, make Zhang Weifeng take chances. And then he can go in on counter-attacking in situations like that. But when he plays like this and think he can play like a one-off winner, he will not get it.
11-8. Play. Service over.
Well, while we're looking at this again,
Yeah, I just say.
Targo just having a word with the umpire. And Targo, I think, was saying, well, when we both agree to change the shuttle, why do we need to ask you? And the umpire saying that she's deciding.
It's in the book.
10-11.
2 points played since the mid-game interval, both games to Targo.
That's the counter-attacking one going. He's got to be ready, opening up, giving his opponent a few chances to attack him and then go in on the counter-attack. That was a very nice example of that. But that means you've got to be a lot more alert than what we've seen the first 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that movement. It's lovely. Oh, yeah, well
Another
taken.
beauty.
Service over.
Good follow-up.
12-11.
Actually, a return that should not be in the book. That one there. But we cover it so well. Much better. Much better from Tago.
Oh my goodness.
That was a very good lift. Very good leg. It's in.
Indecision again.
Yeah.
Oh, and from his opponents. Well,
Left lane, good length.
yeah.
Service over.
Clear sign.
Has a time to look down towards the back lines, then his opponent does exactly the same thing. Yeah, and you're right, Morton. Both shots would have landed in. Very, very good length on the clears there.
All.
So 4 of the 5 points since the mid-game interval going to this man.
Tago is quite happy playing the new shuttles. I don't know if you noticed. It also means that if and when he gets an opportunity with a new shuttle going in at the net, spins.
Service over.
He likes to play that
13-12.
spin back shots. So with the new shuttle, it spins even more. And he likes that. But this is a show shot. And
Yeah.
he's getting nicely punished for it.
Yeah.
Play.
It's a good angle. It's bad luck. The idea was great from Zhang Weifeng.
Oh my goodness.
That's his trademark, playing these tight shots.
14 all.
Well, he almost seemed with his body language to will it over. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at this. He's, yeah, go over, go over.
Yes, and it did it. Yeah.
First time he's been in the lead since 2-1 in this opening game.
So, now it's crunch time for my prediction.
Yeah, you said he'd push from 15 all.
Yep.
Anyone would think you were an expert, Morton.
At least
Best reader, best,
we're there with a chance.
best reader of the game in world badminton.
You're too kind.
No, I mean it.
But you see, there's much more spring in his legs.
Yeah.
16-14.
out. That's in, that's
Ooh,
landed
yeah.
in. It looked
Has-
out,
yeah.
you know, it's coming
Service
fast.
over.
It's a good return.
You know, I was getting very confused earlier on today, Morton, because I've assumed that the shuttle was holding up, coming towards us, coming towards Targo, and then there was one match I was watching and I thought the drift had changed.
Seen before.
Yeah. I suppose doors get opened in the arena here and there's a slight...
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
17, 15.
And it can be going one way on one court and another way on another court. You never really know. You have to consider that the shuttlecock is only, what, 5 grams?
Yeah.
So it's very influenced by whatever little drift there might be.
Yeah. Oh, that's
nice.
a great backhand.
Service over. 16.
Good reactions and even better vision to see where the gap was.
He was moving forward and not backwards. That's pretty good. That's a nice shot. And then the push. And then the flat one is coming, but look, he's going into it there.
Yeah. Super. It's going
out.
wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Service over. 18, 16.
Isn't it amazing? You know, this new scoring system started, what, 8 years ago?
Yes, 2006, February, I think.
Yeah, 8 years ago. And first when it was introduced and people started playing the scoring system, we thought, oh, 21-18, 21-17, you know, that was really close.
17, 18.
It's not close, it's respectable.
Yeah.
It's funny to think
Mm.
how you sort of get used to the new terms.
Well, we're not looking at it, but I can tell you that Kenichi Targo just chasing a bit of the wildlife away from the centre of the court.
Wildlife.
Service over. 19, 17.
Haven't seen the stadium packed this year, have you?
No.
Oh my goodness, he's done it again.
Oh, following up, yes.
Yeah.
Textbook, but he should know. Zhang Weifeng should know. He's getting slightly caught on that push to his forehand. It's a little bit off balance, and he knows that if anyone is charging, they will be charging on that block to the net straight. He must play any other shot in the book apart from that one.
Yeah.
And he's really getting punished. So he's got to think, okay, I'm in trouble, but do not play that shot.
Game point opportunities. Oh, that's well saved by the Malaysian.
Service over.
So now, I said 18-16, so now we're having the 18 out of the window. No, just joking. Let's see how it goes.
Play.
And follow up, yeah.
Second time of asking. And Kenichi Targo converts.
You see so much more urgency
Yeah.
at the end of this first game.
Well, just as you predicted.
Yeah, lucky so far. Let's see how it goes in the second.
21 minutes and 21:18. So the number 4 seed, Kenichi Targo, having already converted the opening game, 21:18.
Service over.
Let's see if he uses the same tactics. Fairly laid-back approach until gets close at about 15 all, and then pile on the pressure. My concern, Morton, is, and I mean this is no disrespect to Chong Wei Feng.
Nope.
It's all very well doing it against Chong Wei Feng, but if you're going to be beating, I mean, he is a top 4 player. He's number 4 in the world now. If you want to be taking on Lee Chong Wei and Chen Long and other really, really top players, can you really afford to use that tactic of that being laid back?
No, I totally agree. You cannot.
No.
It's unambitious,
Yeah.
if that's a word. Given
Yes.
ambitious, unambitious.
Yeah. Lacking in ambition.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but that's, you know, at the end of the day, it's what I said earlier, is that anyone that goes on court playing Targo, they know and feel they have a chance, because you never know what mood and, you know, how he plays on the day, which means that, you know, you have that little bit extra because you've got the belief that you can actually do it. And that makes it so much more difficult for Targo himself. He's got to apply the pressure and show the guys around, you know, I'm up here, you have no chance, and unless you play the match of your life. And he's just letting him in and asking for trouble.
And I suppose to me, this is one reason why
He hasn't won.
well, I was thinking of another player that does create that aura, is Lee Chong Wei,
Yeah.
who everybody goes on to court against Lee Chong Wei knowing I have to play my absolute best to win this. I have to fight for every single point. And you're right, Targo does not have that aura about him.
And Lee Chong Wei is forcing his opponents to go closer to the lines and closer to the net, to the tape and all that, in order to create winners. And by doing so, they'll also make more mistakes. And
Yeah.
on many occasions, not always, but on many occasions, he's actually given matches he doesn't even have to fight for,
Yeah.
just due to that.
Yeah.
Service over.
Now, the one time that this man, Chong Wei Feng, did beat his opponent of today, which was in the 2012 Japan Super Series, he lost the first game to 8 before coming back to win 21-16, 21-17.
That's
So-
good stamina.
Yeah. So he's certainly
Mental
fit
stamina.
enough.
Yeah, but also mental stamina.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
And I suppose reinforces the point that you've just made. Even if your player has lost the opening game, still believe, every player who goes on court against Targo believes he's still got a chance to win.
Absolutely.
And it may sound as if we're being a little harsh on Kenichi Targo. We're not at all. We're talking about the very, very elite in world terms. And
talent obligates.
yeah.
I don't know if that's the words, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And he's got so much talent.
Yeah. You don't get to 6 Super Series tournament finals without having talent. But to go that final step and actually win a Super Series title.
It's out.
Service over. 5-3.
So how do you as a coach, with your coaching hat on, not with Targo specifically, but with a player that you may have influence over or have done in the past, you know, talent obligates, you say. There's an obligation to
use it.
To use it. How do you change the attitude of a player? Is it purely by verbalizing the need to grasp every opportunity because it's only a fleeting chance in sports? Anything can happen. Injuries can curtail a career. It's
Stop it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, you know, you've got to play mental games. And you have to, you know, keep, as a coach, being there and say, are you happy with this? Are you sure you cannot do better? Are you sure when your career is finished, whenever that may be, are you happy with what you see? Have you put your name onto enough trophies? All that kind of things. And then there's one thing, in this case particularly, I would work on the physical.
Yeah.
Sometimes I also think that it's got a little bit to do with physical ability. I think that he's trying to save energy, but by trying to save energy, he's actually on many occasions using more.
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to a lot of discussions I've had with players. You know, what are you scared of? The twice a year when you get, you know, totally out of breath and energy, and you're just
washed out completely.
You've got no chance. Okay, that happens twice in the season for you, twice in the year. Isn't that acceptable? I think it is.
Yeah, of course.
But you're giving yourself an enormous opportunity in 98 other matches out of 100.
Yeah.
And that's what he's got to understand. That he's got to go all out on these occasions when he's got the days, when he feels he's got the legs and he can move, and he's got to do it. And should it not happen, should he not win, all respect is given the best.
No.
So, you know, you have to play this mind game, I think.
My goodness, I wish that you had spoken to me like that when I was a 17, 18-year-old. Because sadly for me, it took a very serious injury, career-threatening injury, to make me realise just how important every single match, every single chance. And that's when I learned to play with intensity.
Yeah.
Changed me as a person.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. And it will for anyone.
Yeah.
And it happened to Tina Bowen as well. Tina Rasmussen, it happened to her as well.
Yeah.
Suddenly you play with so much more urgency.
Yeah. And heaven forbid, I think it's one of the saddest things in sport to see a player injured. And that's why it's important that in a coaching role, in an influential role, you look at a player like Targo, and whoever's got influence over him says, look, you look at this unlimited talent that you've got, make the most of it, because certainly in both our minds, he hasn't made the most of it yet.
Not yet. And he's still very young, as you said, 24 years of age.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of time to reach, but he's got to start moving now.
Yeah.
Service over.
You know, interesting, his coach, Kedem Suda, at the back of the court.
Yeah.
Urging,
workhorse.
Exactly, he's leaning forward. Come on, come on, trying to fire him up.
If anyone worked hard when he was playing, he did.
Yeah, he was a great player, wasn't he? He was,
it was good fun to watch.
Yeah.
Good for the spectators as well.
Yeah.
7-8.
got that spring,
Yeah.
pace. Can really bring his body behind that shot.
Mm. Yeah, what about this man, Chong Wei Feng? You know, all the talk in Malaysia, of course, understandably, is about Lee Chong Wei, world #1. And it's
And a
almost...
replacement.
Yeah, and a replacement, of course.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I think Lee Chong Wei is a one-off, isn't he?
He is a one-off. But you always have to have a good batch of players that you think that can make a top 10 position on the world ranking in a nation like Malaysia, Indonesia, China, Denmark as well. You know, you have to have a batch of 4, 5, 6 players that you think have the ability to get into that top 10 position. And then out of that batch, maybe one will pop up and be like a Lee Chong Wei, a Lin Dan, a Peter Gade, and you know, players like that. You need them up there.
Yeah.
And Chong Wei, Wei Feng he will be a player that can get up there. But I don't think he will get all the way to the top. But he needs to work on his physicals.
9-all.
We need more power into this. He needs to be able to hit harder and good smashes and maintain a very high pace all the time. He's got to work harder in training at home.
Yeah, because I don't think he's really any shorter than Lee Chong Wei as far as height is concerned, but the physicality of his movement, his power with his overhead shots is quite remarkably different.
Yes. See, that's simply not allowed in top men's singles what Chong Wei Feng did there. He was up there, he played a nice net shot, and he was a decent lift to the back. He should have been around to play around a head shot. That backhand shot is a no shot.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
At this level.
Yes. And trying to play cross court as well seemed a little odd.
Yeah, but you know, as soon as you play that backhand, you know you lost it.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So, mid-game interval. The players get an opportunity to talk to their coaches. 34 minutes. A 2-point advantage in the second game.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coach.
It's interesting to me that Tae Soo Bok, when he speaks to Lee Chong Wei in the mid-game intervals, very quick word, and then he goes and sits down, using more time there, perhaps more encouragement, and that's good to see that the coaches also adapt to the individual players.
Yeah, whoever he or she is coaching.
12-9.
Now Chong Wei Feng really have to watch out.
Of the last 9 points going to Targo.
That's it.
Yeah.
Service over.
Good power in that flat exchange from Targo. That backhand, really good power.
Oh my goodness, completely missed it. String's gone in the racket, that's why.
Not
When-
one, but 5 strings.
Yeah, crikey, look at that.
It's a hole in it.
Oof.
But yet again, the return from Zhang Weifeng. Again, he's caught on that forehand, deep forehand. And what are they waiting for? They're waiting for exactly the shot he played. He must play back cross, he must get it high to the baseline, anything but these shots that so easily covered just standing straight, either at the net or trying to, to cut and intercept them.
11-14.
It's a game plan thing. Someone have to talk to him.
Play.
It's a good lift. Didn't get that. No. A very nice tight net shot by Targo.
Service over.
Yeah, that's tight again, isn't it? He's not afraid to give the net shots a little bit of air, is he?
No, but again, Zhang Weifeng, he should know that Targo is doing that. And he's got to punish him once or twice. And he won't do it again. But as long as he's not getting threatened,
Service over.
not under pressure,
12-15.
he keeps doing it. And if anyone got the speed in the legs, it's Zhang Weifeng.
Oh, that's found the line, yeah. We haven't had a challenge yet in this match, have we?
No.
And a little look from Zhang Weifeng towards the line judge. The line judge was correct, was in.
Play.
Well, a couple of points here for the Malaysian, and this could become very interesting indeed.
It's far from over.
Yeah. Well, there'll be another pause while the court is mopped. Targo going down despite the shuttle not coming over. Yeah, you can see there what you were talking about being a little lazy. And I don't mean about his dive, I mean about his movement back in court.
17-14. Play.
It's going long.
clip the tape again.
18-14.
And it's very difficult when the shuttle's been deflected by hitting the top of the tape. So 2 points away from getting through to the quarter-final. Oh, it's landed in. That's good reactions. Good play.
15-19.
Yeah, stayed calm, didn't panic, stood his ground. That's good. It's an exceptional lift.
Yeah, it was a good length. This is a very good rally by Zhang Wei Feng. And worked so hard, really played a lot of good shots, good pace, lots of pressure. Then the simple mistake just crept in.
Match point opportunities. There's that little block again with the that's a brilliant head shot, forced a short lift and finishes it off. 21-18, 21-15 for the number 4 seed, Kenichi Tago.
I'm sorry, I was 1 point off. 18 and 16.
You're forgiven. That's one heck of a prediction. Yeah, look, the final smash, and very short, but he did need 2 smashes to finish it off there. Keita Masuda, yeah, delighted that his player is through to the quarter-final stage, where, of course, he will meet Hu Yun from Hong Kong. There's confirmation of the score. 21-18, 21-15, 44 minutes. Well, as you can hear, there's still plenty of action going on in the Istora Stadium, Istora Senayan. But as the men's singles players take leave of the court, we can look back at some of the highlights from that encounter. So this is all that has happened so far today. We started with mixed doubles and Indonesian qualifiers who beat the Olympic champions in the very first round. going down to Lee and Shin from Korea. Then the same fate for the women's doubles. Players from Indonesia. In fact, Indonesia had a bit of a rough time for the first 4 matches. Former champion Simon Santoso going down to Huyun in 3 games. But Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setia won, the world champions and defending champions here in Indonesia. Restored some calm, if you can call any calm, here in Istora Stadium. Then, of course, we had women's singles. And the women's singles world champion, Arachanuk Intanon. 2 straight games, but my goodness, had to work hard for that second game. Saved 3 game points, winning through eventually 26-24. And as we've just witnessed, the world number 4, Kenichi Targo, coming through 21-18, 21-15 against the left-handed Chong Wei Feng. That means we have just 1 more match for you this evening. And it's the 3-time former champion, Simon Awal, up against the British number 1, Scotland's Kirsty Gilmore.